Okay, let's start. I'm Geoffrey Weymouth, and I am the founder of Heroes of Australia. It's the most incredible legacy program being offered in Australia since the advent of digital technology. So, what is Heroes of Australia? Heroes of Australia is all about protecting and preserving Australia's most intrinsic core value, the Australian ethos. It's about the culture, the traditions of both the original Australians and later migrations. It's of one people living in harmony, enjoying the benefits of this great land, under one flag, one law, sharing and caring. It's about recognising the sacrifices made by the hundreds of thousands of selfless individuals who have made and continue to make significant contributions to the Australian community as a whole. This is an opportunity to recognise all Australia's unsung heroes. And by creating digital placeholders at the Wall of Fame, we can perpetuate and preserve their deeds, their heroic and their memories for future generations as the epitome of what is an Australian. It's also so that we can say of our children, Australian made, mate, and be proud of it. And for our children to feel proud and stand tall as Australians. It's about the legions of volunteer surf lifesavers. It's the thousands of brave men and women who every year battle the annual bushfire threat. It's about the selfless and compassionate carers for the aged, the disabled and the disadvantaged who give all but ask for nothing in return. It's about the tireless efforts of the hospital emergency staff who work 24 hours shift so that we know that we've got a safety net if we have a problem. It's the first responders, the police, the fire brigades, the paramedics. The list is endless, but their deeds are often heroic and their humility is legendary. How did this unique spirit of selflessness become such a core value and mainstay of Australian culture? It's my belief that the evolution of the Aussie character harks back to a bygone era where mateship, a fair go, and a common on which to graze our horse were all an inherent part of every Australian community. It was a time before door locks when we trusted our neighbours. It was a time when there was a sense of belonging, a community spirit that saw us stand together in times of adversity. It was a time when social networking meant friendly gossip over the back fence or some timely advice, word of mouth, from one of our neighbours. It was a time of visionaries, trailblazers and pathfinders. They hacked out tracks that became highways. They cleared virgin forest with nothing more than a sturdy bat, a shovel, an axe and a saw, and what they could take from the bush to create the cities that we have today. They were not dreamers. They were pragmatic and realistic men and women who gave their hearts and souls to this country of ours, this sunburnt country. And they never considered their blood, sweat and tears a sacrifice. And from these things and the Anzac tradition was thus born the notion of mateship, the concept of pitching in and giving your mates a hand. And from this, sharing and caring and the trials of hardship and the carnage of war evolved at what we now recognise as the true hallmark of an Australian, the Aussie ethos. Heroes of Australia is not intended nor meant to in any way diminish or dilute the debt, gratitude and the recognition we owe to our gallant and brave warriors. They've sacrificed their lives, their health and their families in fighting other people's wars in faraway places for the past 120 years. But what Heroes of Australia is about, it's about all Australians. It's inclusive. All Australians who have done and are doing extraordinary things, extraordinary deeds, who've gone the extra yard, so to speak, and beyond the call of duty. Please help. We need sponsorship. We need support to make Heroes of Australia and the Wall of Fame a reality.